Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need shadow read for this? Your full moon in Taurus to the new moon in Sagittarius, November 2022. I am your reader. Fellow Earth sign Virgo that I am, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. My initials, ladies and gentlemen. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 24 and a half years of service as of the astrological cross quarter of Samhain in November. I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. Link in the description box. Writing that book saved my life. The original version is elsewhere on the internet, but the Kindle version is available if you'd like to preview it for free. Click the link down there. I think you'll dig it. A lot of that 24 or whatever time I wrote it. A lot of wisdom in there. A lot of grace that's kept me going. Hope it helps. I'm also a creator on Patreon. They get the original version, the original PDF that Jill Schweitzer and I put together and put out there before we went to Kindle. I love my Patreon. I love patreon.com. Best career move I ever made. Members only subscriber platform. I can set my own levels, give them different benefits, but all of my subscribers, regardless of their level of subscription, get a daily live stream from me, an unlisted YouTube live stream link, so they can chat with me in the morning over a cup of coffee or whatever, talking about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, a little prayer, a little blessing, lovely with stuff going on there. Also, all of my subscribers, my patrons, get the recorded Zoom classes. We've been doing those. We could do tarot parties. We might start doing new moons and full moons together. I floated that out to them this morning. They're like, oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah. You know, record it and only they get to see it. That's called exclusive content. I'm really loving it. So if you want more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more moi, come Patreon on Patreon. I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. Yeah, you can just call me Mal. Yeah, look up who the Archangel of Lyons is. Just saying. Long story short, shall we? If you are new to the channel, an 8-card draw is just one card from 8 different decks, getting you divinatory clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline. The 8-card draw shadow reads are from the full to new, the letting go, the releasing, the waning, the alchemy. Will get there. In fact, let's look at that timeline really quickly. Your full moon in Taurus. It's a big deal, this one. November 8th, 6:02 a.m. Eastern Time. Total lunar eclipse. So whatever you planted the seed for at the new moon in Scorpio, of all things, this should be a doozy, certainly. But then, of course, when the moon rides at her peak, then your heart's desire seek, and then you let it go. And you go and you weed the garden, you do the alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace. Like I said, we'll talk about it. Except on the 9th, the next day, there's a T-square in the sky. Look it up. That doesn't sound like fun. Jupiter goes direct in Pisces on the 23rd, the exact same day that the moon goes new into Sagittarius. Wednesday, November 23rd, 7:57 p.m. And in the United States, Thanksgiving is the next day. So you know what I mean? It's like a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot. So that's why I do these readings, to help in this case, the Taurus Collective, as well as the Cross Watchers, do the shadow work, the internal alchemy, to shift from more from leaded timelines, toxic, right, limiting, negative, whatever you want to call it, lead, right, toxic, to gold. 3 atoms in between lead and gold on the periodic table, and how to burn them off, transform them, and it can't be created or destroyed, only changed, right? And that's why our last card down will be what that hidden blessing is, the gold within the lead, if you just do your best, right? So, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, because the more shadow work we do, because not everyone's going to do it, right? We're clearing, alchemizing not just for ourselves, but cross watchers, you will be, just as an example, not just manifesting and clearing out, making room for the new in your own life, but for the Taurus Collective you're cross watching for, as well as the entire collective. It's just how unity works. I didn't make that rule, but I'm glad it's in there. Unfortunately, we're only finding out about it now, kind of, sort of. There have been hints throughout mystical and spiritual history to all of that, but whatever, you do you. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I will do my best to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace, love, wisdom, and power. I just did like good 5 minutes of breath work before sitting down in front of this camera, so I'm recharged. I'm ready, willing, and able to help you do the shadow work so that we shift this whole planet to a healthier, more golden timeline. Please take a nice deep breath. That was a lot. But you're a Taurus, you can handle it. Arc cross watcher. Still point. Yeah, let's try and keep these light until they're not. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. Using the Caroline Myss archetype cards, please. Collective pantheons of the divine for the Taurus collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. What is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over their head, sending down the codes, the mission, the lessons, shifting the electromagnetic fields for all of the different chakras, what they attract, what they repel, down here in the game called human life on planet Earth, so that they can alchemize from shadow to light, light to gold, pain to peace, this full to new November 2022. Woof. It's in the title. Big rebel. I mean, come on. Action family archetype. Who doesn't like a rebel, right? Well, a rebel with a cause, a rebel without a cause. All archetypes are neutral. There are 9 different families. This is the action family archetype. So in that family, it's in that family. So the shadow attribute indicates the lead. You don't want lead in your bloodstream. You just don't, right? It is toxic. And the gold, the light attribute written on the card, shows you what you're shooting for, the hidden blessing, the gold within the lead. And not just cleaning this and clearing this within your own energy field in your own life, you're healing it for everybody. That's where we are right now. And it's always been that way, but we didn't know that. Well, now we do. The shadow attribute rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion, and there's a scale of lead to gold on that. I mean, I was born in 1968, which means I'm Generation X, which means I saw what New Wave did to punk, and you know, video really did kill the radio star, just saying, right? So the revolutionary, we are in revolutionary times, obviously, but in the shadow aspect of it, cuckoo bananas. The light attribute is the social justice or very second wave of ascension, divine masculine, dominant in a healthy way, has nothing to do with bodily gender, challenges authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that no longer serve inner needs. And you can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and in a situation like this you might be dealing with somebody who's dealing with the rebel archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. For me, it tends to come in seasons. It depends, or for a reason, right? Certainly, I don't talk politics on YouTube because plenty of people are. I'm trying to go for the core mysticism that we're all one, and we're all, if we love each other, somehow we'll find a way through this, right? Which to me is very rebellious considering what's going on planet Earth, so I can relate to it. But you're dealing with it in one way or another. So imagine that transforming on the planet. I mean, look, I'm from the United States. The rebel is one of the archetypes of the soul contract of the United States of America, according to Caroline Myss. That is her deck, MYSS. She's a PhD. Go read Sacred Contracts if you don't believe me. Although she has a whole other book in audio about the Sacred Contracts of America, which I think is fascinating and probably really helpful right now. Just saying, let's move on. The next 4 chakras down, we're going to use the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the internal, the feminine, the world behind your eyes that nobody knows about unless you tell them, right? Spiritual power, mental power, willpower, emotional power, your creative intuition. This is where the shadow work begins because you have the willpower to choose or not choose, right? To do it now, spit, swallow, or chew. But why delay what can't be prevented? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of earth, the sign of Taurus, powers of the north, please, one card in clarity. For the Taurus collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, what's going on that they need to be aware of behind their eyes, the heart, third eye crown dynamic to help them alchemize this rebel in this their full to new November 2022. 2 flames on the inner throat chakra, you're chewing on it. There are 3 speeds of the throat chakra. Spit it out, right? Take the action, spit it out, say what you gotta say. Swallow, it's like, no, it's not time for this yet. No, you know, for whatever reason, season, or lifetime that happens. But there's nothing wrong with chew, right? Sometimes it's a jagged little pill. It feels so good swimming in your stomach. This is going back and forth. That's why I don't see the 2 of swords, in this deck would be 2 of blades, as indecision, so much as I see the 2 of flames as that. It's like, okay, I know I took the first step for that ace of flames, right? The creation of it, but well, do I want to do that? Or do I want to do it this? Do I want to do it healthy? Do I want to burn down the village, or do I want to light a candle and curse the darkness, right? However, you know, do I want to shine a light? So you're chewing on this, my Taurians and or cross watchers, and that's not a bad thing. Particularly, would you rather be motivated by violence? Violins, I mean, don't want that to hit the algorithm. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like there's a lot of ways you do this. And by the way, this need not necessarily, for everyone watching this, be political. It can be. I'm sure it is for a lot. Particularly Taurus's second house, life values. What do you really value? What are your core values, right? And I think, well, at least in the USA, that's on the ballot, it seems. I'm not talking about that anymore, but I will say it does indicate a choice, not a life-changing decision. 2s, right? There are other cards that really talk about life-changing internal thing. Chewing on it is probably wise before you act. Work. Let's get the lower 3 chakras with the mythic tarot, the masculine energy, relationships in the world, tribal in the root chakra, second chakra, one-on-one relationships with other people and things, solar plexus, relationship to yourself, your boundaries, your honor codes, your self-esteem, your gut intuition. All 3 of them, your survival intuition, how you survive in this world, navigating through all those relationships, but also from the outside, maybe looking in at you, or you from the inside looking out at people, places, and or things. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my gods of earth, the sign of Taurus, powers of the north, please, 1 card in clarity for my beloved earth sign brothers and sisters of the Taurus collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and their cross watchers. Please, 1 card in clarity to help them do this shadow work. Outside looking in, inside looking out, masculine energy, lower 3 chakra dynamics, relationships in the world, so they can alchemize this rebel in the 8th with Mahueha, the 2 of flames, that chewing on it, not necessarily acting on it just yet. This there, full to new November 2022. Okay, good. It makes sense. 7 of Cups. Outside, there are a lot of emotional options to take here. Which one are you going to drink from? You can only drink them one at a time, right? Maybe there is some emotional shadow work here being triggered on the outside. If this is you from the outside looking in at yourself, someone who's got all these choices, this could also be you from the inside looking out, saying, well, but that one feels this way, and this one feels that way, and that one feels horrible, and I want to burn down the village, but I could actually deal with this one, which would... What's important to you? Even if you're a cross watcher, if you're dealing with a Taurus, the lesson is, what is your fixed earth bedrock core values, right? Honesty, integrity, health, right? We all value money and abundance. I get that's what a lot of people think Taurus is. Second house, done, right? What's your PIN number, right? No, it's not about that in this case. These are probably more relational oriented in terms of cups, in terms of relationships in the world, not knowing exactly what to do. And, you know, if you are a parent and you're dealing with a child who's rebelling, well, I'm Generation X. My generation rebelled, but nobody knew about it because we were sneaky AF. We were latchkey. We got away with a lot. We didn't have cell phone cameras, right? But that kind of example is like, it's a healthy thing, like rejecting systems that honestly do not resonate with the truth of who you are as you're evolving. That's golden rebellion, right? That's a golden rebel. And we need those on the planet. Those are our social justicers, and I love them. I'm really hot. Whatever. Moving along. Okay, let's get you a healing mantra from the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. Because you got your chakras here. I mean, really, the action family in the 8th chakra, fire on the inner, water on the outer. This will be the thing that may very well help you. A little bit of mantra work goes a long way. If you do a little bit every day, which also rhymes and that's annoying, please take a nice deep breath. It is how I know the guides are like literally sitting right here with me. Still point. Okay, I call upon the Ascended Masters of empowerment and disempowerment. Really, there's a whole section of the Ascended Masters that are just all about personal empowerment, particularly when it comes to rebellion and when following their own path and rebelling against toxic systems. Man, that's been throughout history. That has really been every reason, every season, every lifetime. There's been at least one rebel, one revolutionary moving things forward for everybody else on planet Earth, or at least within their own tribes. So please, beloved Ascended Masters, this could be about anything, but give them the perfect healing mantra to help them alchemize this rebel in the 8th, 2 of flames on the inner, 7 of cups on the outer, this, their full moon in Taurus to new in Sagittarius. November 2022, rewriting the subconscious. How dare you? I'm very possessive of... No, I'm not. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. Yay, it's a hedonistic mantra, right? I love rewriting the subconscious mind. We don't know what's in there. And subconscious, right? I've actually had conversations with people. I said, I think you've got some subconscious resentment and anger going on. What do you mean? Like, well, there it is. Right? It's like standing on top of the iceberg. You only see the top of the iceberg. Maybe you can look a little down beneath the water, right? Meditation, hypnosis, whatever. Eastern, Western. But then there's the stuff in the collective unconscious. So you have the opportunity to actually chew on this and feel all the different feelings, but understanding that the more you embrace feeling good, feeling one of these cups and going, oh, it feels so good, the less often you will feel bad. Doesn't mean you're never going to feel bad again. That's not how this world works, apparently, particularly if you're an empath. I just found out I'm a Sigma empath. You'll look that one up on YouTube. I was 2 days old ago when explained so much, blew my mind. And that were essentially vampire slayers in terms of vampires being narcissists, you know, the narcissist, vampire, whatever, who's he, what's this? There's a lot at stake. Yeah, right, on a hot, rewriting the subconscious. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm having fun. I hope you are. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. When the subconscious is rewritten, you're able to feel good on a regular basis regardless of the way life unfolds. Boom. That's inner peace. That's what we're shooting for. Yeah, things can change on the outside, but I mean, it's quite a rebellious act to actually be authentically in peace, feeling good, that your happiness is a service to all. Ask Matt Kahn in his 3rd book. The universe always has a plan. It's his deck. I'm familiar with his work. In rewriting the subconscious, you reverse the gravitational pull of conditioning to become more familiar with the virtues of goodness. What could be more rebellious than reversing the gravitational pull of conditioning? Because the conditioning is really what's being healed and really what we're rebelling against. Based on a thought system based in fear and shifting to a thought system based in love. That's about as revolutionary as you get, mystically speaking. As goodness becomes more known, the opposite vibration of negativity can become a less frequent visitor in your reality. And it's not trying to bypass your emotions, right? It's not trying to stuff more stuff down in the shadow. No, it's saying, look, I'm going to feel good, I'm going to feel bad, but the more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. In other words, that good feeling, when it comes, whether you're working on it, you know, affirmations, breath work, whoever, whatever you're doing, or it comes spontaneously, just in that moment, just say thank you. silently, you know, thank you for this gift. And embrace it little by little. This mantra is ideal for relieving guilt, releasing shame, and finding joy in new beginnings. Well, it seems like that's a possibility here on the table, but you're chewing on it. Makes an awful lot of sense. And I'm not mad about it. Let's ask our higher selves. The Whispers of Love Oracle by Angelo. We're also using her Whispers of Lord Ganesh to help remove those 3 atoms, those 3 blockages between lead and gold. The higher selves of all involved, not just for the Taurus, anybody else involved in this. And we don't know. It does feel a little relational with that 7 of Cups thing there, just intuitively, kind of getting both root and second chakra emotional connections there, but really it's going to have to be what's going on in their own solar plexus when to take action on this. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call to the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love for the Taurus collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, piece of information, inspiration, insight they need to help them alchemize the rebel in the 8th, 2 of flames, Mahuea, that sort of indecisive choice making, chewing on it on the inner, 7 of Cups. It feels like there's a lot of emotion around this, but different things feel different way. They got to choose one of those, one would think. But they can go about it little by little, rewriting the subconscious, because the more they embrace feeling good, the less often they will feel bad. And that's a really good way to feel out the different options. Well, this one feels really, really good. This one, it could feel good, but it just doesn't, right? So what is a piece of information, inspiration, insight they need from their own higher selves? This, their Taurus full to Sagittarius new, November 2022. Do something for someone else. Who are you rebelling for? Social justice, right? Just as an example, do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. Now, certainly that could be used as a means of projection. I don't think that's what Ms. Hartfield is talking about here. I think that is saying, put this into action. When you're coming from your own personal pain and your rebellion, you burn down the village. Or, I guess in terms of a Taurus, you bulldoze or you earthquake the village. I always try and keep my metaphors, my similes elementally aligned depending on the reading I'm doing. But particularly for shadow raid, to be possessed by the shadow and, you know, avalanche, right? Just like push the rock and obliterate the village, right? Element of earth. No, this is saying take action from the gold place, but you're allowed to chew on it for a while, right? To feel all these feelings. Maybe you are feeling other people's stuff on the outside with that 7 of Cups, which can make the choice of how to act or not to act very, very tricky. Yet the higher self is saying do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else, and really from the quantum point of view, from the Ho'oponopono point of view, from the Reiki point, you know, your attention is power. It is your focus. But remember, we only get a teeny tiny part of the bits of data that are actually going on. Billions and trillions of bits of data going on every second. We get like 3 per second or something like that. I don't know. Please don't make me do math. Okay. So we got a rebel rewriting the subconscious and doing something for someone else, which is good. Then that's a rebel with a cause. Oh, James Dean. I could have saved him. Salminio too. Although they were a little old for me at the time. If you're going to do the shadow work, why not know who the spirit animals and totems are walking with you? Totems are lifelong. Spirit animals may indeed come and go. A lot of differences between those two, but for the sense of a general read, we're just going to go with it. The Divine Animals Oracle. Please take a nice deep breath. Right, even He-Man had Battle Cat. Superboy had Crypto. Currency or otherwise. Still point. As I call to the beloved spirit animals and totems for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, something very heartwarming just came into my energy field. I almost want to say like canine, like puppy energy, but we'll see. It doesn't have to be that. That's just the vibe. Please, one card in clarity for the Taurus Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and Cross Watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. Who walks with them, who swims with them, who crawls with them, who flies with them, giving them the support, the help, the guidance, the grace, the love, the wisdom, the power, the protection they need to alchemize the rebel in the 8th, 2 of flames on the inner, 7 of cups on the outer, rewriting the subconscious and doing something for someone else. This there full to Sagittarius new, November 2022. You got the Wolverine. Snicked. Wolverine. Fierceness. Yes, rebel work. Fierce. House down boots. Let's have a kiki. I want to have a kiki. Dive, turn, work. You are fierce, Wolverine. I hear he has a huge Ackman. I love that joke. It's stupid. That doesn't mean I can't love it. Card number 5, fierceness. Fierce. Sasha or otherwise, you do you. Oh, you're Taurus. You're gonna anyway. Wolverine. Card number 5, Wolverine. Fierceness. I wish I had a fan. I'd thwarp it. We should develop a sense of healthy fierceness. Right now, do not shy away from things that confront you, but choose carefully how you act. Actually, this could totally fit into so many of my millennial friends, my millennial youngins that I have in my life, right? The Gen Zers that I have in my life, they're like all fired up. Good. Do it in the healthiest way you can, right? Incarnated to do this. Then again, that's just one example of the rebel. You can be fierce, but not angry. Loyalty is important right now. Yeah, so there you go. Second house, life values. Where are your loyalties? Is it you doing this in a healthy way, or is it is it for justice, or is it revenge? Look, we stepped into the DC Comics universe, right? That's the difference. That's why they're called the Justice League, not the Revenge League. But, you know, the X-Men, Logan's going to do what Logan's got to do. Wolverine magic is to be utilized when you need real will, choice, willpower, and determination. When you are against the odds and you need a bit of healthy fierceness to get things done, call on this animal's energy. Also, if you wish to have an energy witness to keep a vow or secret safely for you, Wolverine would be a great choice. Here we go. Hey, look, comic book geek from Generation X. Cope. So I like that, though. So embracing feeling good in a fierce way, right? Making those choices little by little by little is really a form of rebellion. To not get sucked into the group, the egregore, the group mind of toxicity and the illusion of separation, which has dominated this world pretty much since Jump. Well, or at least after Atlantis fell or Lemuria left, you know, whatever. Frickin' starseeds. You kids and your starseeds. In my day, we had UFOs. Whatever. Let's ask Lord Ganesh. Mentioned him before. We really need him on planet Earth right now. The elephant-headed Hindu god of success and prosperity and wealth and delight, but also known as the remover of obstacles. You often see him at front doors. Kind of like remove the obstacles before you step in. I love him dearly. Part of my pantheons of the divine, because I am an equal opportunity mystic. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And elephants are very Taurian in their way. As I call upon the beloved Lord Ganesh, beloved remover of obstacles, please, one card in clarity for the Taurus Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, please. What is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle message to help them heal and alchemize this rebel in the 8th? 2 of flames on the inner, 7 of cups on the outer, rewriting the subconscious, doing something for someone else, which feels way more hero than villain, but with fierceness. Maybe they're anti-hero, right? Maybe it's a little bit more on the Deadpool side of things, as long as they're funny and cute like Ryan Reynolds. That could pass. What have you got for them with all the love, guidance, grace to help them their full moon in Taurus, the new in Sagittarius, November 2022? Achievement. Achievement. You are achieving. Oh, and this is the one with his 2 wives. Yeah, don't go there. It's, they're gods, you know. They don't play by the same rules we do. We play by the rules they set out. So, you know, you do. Let me read you that one. Card number 42. Achievement. Yeah, the names of his wife, if I remember correctly, are like success. And, of course, translations being what they are. What is it? Prosperity and success, I think, are the names. Oh, we just skipped right over you. Where? Oh, there you are. Oh, because it's a 2-pager. Yeah. Yeah, it continues on the 2nd page. That's why. Okay, please take a nice deep breath. Breathe in the Ganesh. Card number 42, achievement. You are surrounded by abundance and prosperity, luxury and quality, prestige and sophistication, value and elegance. You sound like a wonderful hotel to stay in. But this makes sense. By the way, all of that is Taurus, right? Let's do a checklist. Abundance, check. Prosperity, check. Luxury and quality, check. Prestige and sophistication, check. Value, 2nd house, life values. And elegance, darling. We've got elegance. Many stories relate that Ganesh has 2 wives, Siddhi, spelled S-I-D-D-H-I, success, and Riddhi, R-I-D-D-H-I, prosperity. I think I was right. I just don't remember. The symbolism of these 2 women indicates that if you walk on the path set by Ganesh, success and prosperity are guaranteed to be always by your side. Now that, I mean, we'll go deeper into that, but that's the thing. You're rebelling here. So are you doing something that is more just and honorable than the market may hold? And yes, maybe I put that in a work context because it's success and prosperity, but we know that that can show up in other places. Duh. The search for material success seldom brings with it achievement of spiritual goals. Ganesha wishes you to realize that by actively developing your spirituality and consciously working with the divine, we are the divine, but we are unconscious to it, hence spiritual awakening, which shadow work helps facilitate. More gold than lead, more conductor than insulator, right? You will experience positive flow-on effects in all areas of your existence. When you stay connected to your spiritual nature, you have a more serene mind. Develop an accepting perception of yourself. This attitude will help your heart open to spiritual matters. A high level of self-mastery coupled with a high ethical practice will increase the likelihood of enjoying material success. I want that for every Taurus on planet Earth, to have ethical material success, all that they need, plus a little bit more. We don't always get what we want. Thank you, Mick and company. But we do get what we need. And when what we want is what we need, we think we did it. But when we get what we need and it's not what we want, we think we did something wrong. And that's not really how this game is played. Location, just saying. As more people discover the rewards of a more dynamic and fulfilling spiritual life, this success will become the norm in society and not an exception for a few eccentric individuals like myself, who started the company in 1998 as a spiritual events producer with me as my main client, but I've had a lot of people work with the company. The more relationships among human beings develop into true kinship, the more humanity can achieve beyond the present limits of knowledge and material measures of success. Become part of a brotherhood governed by love, working towards building a happier, more loving, and productive global society, which is very Taurus, which is the golden timeline, which is the soul's path, heaven on earth. I call it permanent paradise, planet Earth, Valhalla return, whatever you want to call it. Anchoring of the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Well, then let's get on with this. But what I love about this for you is, according to your own emotional value system here, all you gotta do is embrace feeling good a little bit more. Less often you will feel bad. That is gonna inspire you to do something for someone else, and hopefully it doesn't involve keying their car, putting sugar in their gas tank, or burning down the village. Avalanche. You do you. Or don't. Whatever. But there's an achievement here for you, and you get to be feared. Last card. Look, I have to keep these fun. They're shadow raids. When they're not fun, I don't pretend. But rewriting the subconscious, you have some choices to make here with some options on the outer. But that, you get to be fierce. Remember, you can be fierce without being angry. So last card down, the Blessed Bee by Lucy Cavendish, the gold hidden within the lead. These blessings are amazing, which is why I use them pretty much only for these, and maybe for some of the extended reads I do. But we do the blessing for real, and at the end of that blessing, it ends with Blessed Bee. Then I release all of y'all. If you want to stick around for it, usually Goofy flies out of my mouth, but it also depends on what the vibe is putting this all together in the Blessimation. So please, pantheons of all pantheons, please take a nice deep breath. All right, so both feet on the floor. Yes, ma'ams and sirs. Still point. As I call to the pantheon of all pantheons, delegations from all traditions, lineages, and cultures pertaining to this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and their cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading in this 8-card draw shadow read from this their full moon in Taurus, the new moon in Sagittarius, November 2022. What is the hidden blessing? It's already there, just can't see it yet, because there's more lead than gold, more shadow than light, more pain than peace, but they have the ability to do this. Give them a clue, a tip, a hint of that golden rebel in there. If they make the choices that are in alignment with the truth of who they are, considering there's a lot of emotional options, some of them might be really, really cloudy. So to really feel that out, rewriting their subconscious, because they will feel better. The more often they embrace feeling good, the less often they will feel bad. And hence being able to do something for someone else, giving their attention to someone else, which often brings us out of ourselves when we're not so sure what to do, coming more from inspiration, golden love, than reaction, memory, lead, and shadow action, that they can be fierce about it, though. They can be brave, they can be bold, they can be wiser, they can be tough, they can be strong, they can be... God, I love that song, because there is an achievement here for them, and this is not about denying their Taurian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign stuff that they want, right? The things they value. Second housers, they're allowed, you know, money, wealth, success, prosperity. So give them a clue, give them a tip, give them a hint. What's the hidden blessing, pantheons of all pantheons? For this, they're full to new. November 2022. Oh, a blessing on your day. I think this is going to be a couple of days in a row. Maybe even 14 of them, should you play it right. Oh, gosh, we got a blessing on your day. I mean, it's a Celtic deck, but I consecrated it to, like, everybody. They're okay with it. They can use whatever. Card number 5. I don't know, she's just, like, putting her head against a tree. She's like, I'm just gonna hug this tree for the day. Nice work if you can get it. Card number 5. And all joke and all kidding aside, here comes your blessing. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheons, transmit. A blessing on your day. A blessing to bring awareness, to shape and set the energy of the day, and to frame it with light and the possibilities of healing, adventure, and gratitude. Maybe this is something that you do at the beginning of the day for a little while. May your soul feel called by the song of the day. May this day be gentle and good, clear and sure, filled with grace and gentle reminders of your own divinity. May the people you meet this day show generosity of spirit, be hospitable and welcoming, and open and candid in all their dealings. May the sky be filled with blue and white. May the green beneath your feet be solid and soft to walk upon. May the rain fall soft and nourishing, and trees whisper to you the secrets that you need to know. This is very earthy, lovely. I love this. May any challenges you encounter find an answering strength and courage within you. And when you come to your rest this night, may you remember the many blessings this day held and count for them with the gods. Oh, and account for them with the gods. Got it. And be thankful for each of them, no matter how small. Blessed be. Oh, sorry. For the well-being of all, this totally makes sense. and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So motivate. And so it is. You got a choice to make here, but a lot of it is about how you want to look at all of this stuff. And you can be fierce and you can be strong, but you don't got to be angry about it. You can be focused by really choosing to embrace feeling good when you're feeling good, and when you're not feeling so good, go inside, pull back. You're achieving something here. There are a lot of options in front of you, and I get it, but you know, remember, this is your free will to do this or not. So if you found it helpful, please hit the thumbs up and help other Taurians feel it, especially with the rebel being such a dominant archetype on the planet right now. It can only help. And if you want more of me here on YouTube, by all means, feel free to subscribe, and I recommend hitting the notification bell, because sometimes I put them out when they're done, sometimes I schedule them, you never know. Every day is a winding road, but I get a little bit closer. And if you would like to book me for a private reading, there is a link in the description box to a video called Booking a Reading with Mal. Explains everything you ever wanted to know about booking a reading with Mal. Don't be afraid to ask. And if you want to come Patreon on Patreon. Not kidding, I love it. Adding new tiers, November 18th will be 1 year on Patreon. Best career move I ever made. And if you find yourself in a position of being a creator, an artist, a what have you, who's you, what's this, check it out for yourself. Highly recommend it. Best thing ever. And really go check it out. I'm serving up some good stuff over there. So thank you so much for watching, my beloved fixed earths, my second housers, my life valuers. I really love you. And you know, us earth signs gotta stick together. So hang in there. I love you no matter what. Unconditionally. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.